there can be only one host.
Gillis, what are you doing? Oh! Go back up, push you!
Hi, I'm James.
I'm Alan.
I'm Shira.
And I'm Harry.
And we are at the Weekend Blender here in Fresno, California.
Austin and Zach, what do you got for us?
All right, thanks, guys. So earlier we did an interview with Seth up at the Plastic Galaxy toy store up in Edmond, and we also did an interview with the creator of the Bobcat comic book, James Hostler, and, well, that's about it. So back to you guys.
So, Harry, you want to be the only host?
That was Lego Harry, not me.
Hey, where'd you get such a cool RC car?
I'm glad you asked. This is the RC Tech Bricks, and it's only available at Five Below. The control is powered by 2 AA batteries, the car by 3 AA's. Now the controls are great, allowing for 360-degree movement. And best of all, it's only $5. Now the car itself is not made by Lego, but it is 100% compatible. As a matter of fact, many companies have started making Lego compatible bricks and minifigs. Now Five Below carries compatible bricks. We got these bricks at different stores. We listed their prices and their locations. They're compatible with the Lego brick systems and the Tech Bricks RC. Man, I wish these would have been available when I was a kid. But you can get yours at Five Below. And if you don't have one in your area, their website is down below.
Hey, Harry, have you seen our minifigs?
No, I haven't seen them.
All right, we're here with Pete. Pete, tell us a little bit about your booth.
Well, we deal with vintage toys, collectibles, Legos, comic books, beard oils, action figures, anything from Star Wars, Marvel to DC across the board. We try to carry a little bit of everything.
And what got you into this? Why do you do this?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a collector. And, when you collect, you got to love what you do. Mm-hmm. So, it's a passion of collecting and loving toys in general, and just feeling like a kid all over again.
Yeah, you have a lot of great stuff here. Is there a place online where people can find your things?
Currently just Facebook, Diehards and Son, and that's Diehards with a Z.
And then I also heard that you're the one in charge of this entire convention. You put this together, is that true?
Yes, event coordinator since 2009, inside Sierra Vista Mall here in Clovis, California.
Okay, Pete, I have to ask, what's your favorite toy?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. It would have to be like, what's my favorite toys? I'm going to go to the stuff that I played with the most as a kid, and it's always going to be the original Star Wars toys.
Very nice. Well, I have to say, out of all the conventions we've been so far, this is my favorite one. So you're killing it. You're doing a great job. Thank you for your time.
So much.
Mm-hmm.
I like these guys. This is fun.
Do you know what we need? We need some little people for these dinosaurs to eat.
I got you. Ta-da!
Where did you find that?
I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Almost everyone remembers the Fisher-Price Little People. Back in the 1950s, they were created as only a decorative touch to the Fisher-Price's Looky fire truck. But in the 1960s, these little wooden guys got a world all their own. In 1993, Mattel purchased Fisher-Price, and in 1997, the Play family became known as the Little People. But Mattel tossed out the original design and began to add arms and legs. So, for those of you nostalgia fans out there, we went on a little search mission, and we found that the Play family had been rescued. Not only rescued, but brought back better than ever thanks to Entertainment Earth.
What we're designing at EE Toys are really product that's designed to appeal to the two groups that are actually buying toys, which I know is a big shocker, but it's really your 4 to 6 year old kids,
Right,
I mean your parents,
Absolutely.
and your adult collectors, which we are, which is what we do. Coming here to Entertainment Earth, we really looked at our line. So we have these Pinmates.
Yes, the Pinmates, yes.
Yeah, a big part of it. These really great, retro figures. Remind you of the old toys we used to have as a kids. I mean, this is my old playset.
You actually still have one.
This is actually my old playset.
Wow.
And these toys did things that other toys just simply can't do.
Correct.
We call it pin play.
Okay.
Be able to plug into lots of other toys. Since these went off the market in '86, they can't do that. They don't fit. In the holes.
Right.
So our figures are completely compatible with all the old lines. They what we call they work just like the old toys do.
Right.
The best part is they're made of wood.
Right.
There's no apps. There's no batteries. There's no screens. There's no assembly. We've had these out for the adult collector, and I mean they're fantastic. We've got Marvel and DC and Star Trek. It's great to have a whole universe where everyone can play together. And for collectors, why not make a product that actually appeals to the two people buying it? Because honestly, everyone else in the middle, after 4 to 6 year olds, they're on screens these days.
Right.
So this started off as let's make a product that would appeal to adults and appeal to kids. But then we really started thinking about what we were doing, and I'm a father, I have an 8-year-old daughter, and most of the other team are also parents too. So kind of taking a step back, we realized putting these out again could bring back play.
Absolutely.
We want kids playing again. These toys worked for 50 years. The old pin play figures, they were built to last, literally. So we do all the design work here in Simi Valley. We have a very talented crew of designers, and all of these characters are created with stickers. So they start off as flat squares, essentially, and that's why we can do so much detailing, because we don't have paint apps. The graphic artists create them, and then it's sent over to our vendors in China.
Okay.
And it's wrapped around a wooden dowel, so this is wood.
Right.
And then the head is glued on, and then it's packaged and ready to ship, and you're gonna see a brand new line look. This is our, current. You'll see these at retail now. They're at Target. They're online. EntertainmentEarth.com obviously sells them. We're gonna bring a brand new look to it. It's gonna be everywhere at retail, at all the mom and pops, but you're not going to find it at the big guys.
Fantastic.
We are deliberately not selling it on Amazon. We're not selling it at Walmart. We want to support mom and pops.
You want to support the small business. That's a fantastic thing.
The big companies don't make product for them.
Right.
Yet they're the ones selling all the product.
Absolutely.
You walk into Target, Toys R Us, exclusive, only at Toys R Us. Right. Nobody makes product for toy stores, real toy stores. So real play, real toy stores, wood, no apps.
Fantastic.
We're excited.
I think the dinosaurs might have a problem with this one.
Pete has a lot of amazing vintage Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find them. Sometimes you have to be in the right place at the right time.
Like the Plastic Galaxy in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Exactly.
Plastic Galaxy, that's kind of an interesting name for a store. Where did you get it from?
I opened a store a few years ago. I'd watched a documentary on the history of Star Wars toys, and I was like, that's an awesome name for the store. So I always give a shout out to those guys who made that documentary. Awesome thing. I recommend it, and great film.
So what does your fan base consist of?
We have a little bit of everything, a lot of Star Wars, and a lot of vintage stuff as well from different toy lines. But we try to keep in things that appeal to everybody, and not just just one line. So it's a lot of fun, and the people seem to enjoy it.
So we heard some of your customers talking about a live sale. What exactly is that?
So a few years ago, we got an idea. Like what's a kind of a cool way to sell stuff other than taking a lot of pictures? That's time consuming. We have a lot of supporters on Facebook. Like how can we kind of leverage that into like a buying experience? We started doing live sales on Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Central on our Facebook page, where they can buy items from us, and we get to know them, and it's like a little family get together with we just kind of goof off and sell stuff.
How long have you personally been collecting these things?
I guess as long as I can remember, since the first Star Wars movie came out, I started getting into the toys because the movies always were the catalyst for me buying toys, whether toy line, but Star Wars was the first one.
What's one toy that you would never give up?
That would be all my childhood stuff. I still have quite a bit of it. It's been through the sandbox and been through, the snow and the dirt outside, in my old houses. I still hold on to them. Surprisingly, they're still, not destroyed. But those are things that I have memories with that I'll never, let go of.
If you had to pick between the two, Star Wars or He-Man?
I love He-Man, with all due respect, and it was my second, basically, big toy line, but Star Wars was my first, and you just can't ever get over the impact that Star Wars had on me, because I feel like Star Wars, without having Star Wars, I would have not have got into He-Man, as odd as that sounds. It started the ball for me, and like I said, all downhill from there.
Hey, where's Alan?
I don't know. He said he had to get ready.
Ready for what?
I'm ready.
What? The apocalypse?
I thought I was supposed to be talking about dumpster diving.
No, that's bin diving. Bin diving.
You find unique things other people don't.
What is he, gearing up for the apocalypse?
The toy bin. A lot of times they go unnoticed. You can find them virtually anywhere on the planet. The smart collector, though, what he'll do is he'll roll his sleeves up and he'll dive right in. So next time you're at a convention and you see a toy bin, stop, dive in. You might find something you always liked or something you always wanted.
Now, how many of you guys remember the cap rocket? Or, if you're 40 years of age or older, we used to call these the cap bombs. Pop these little suckers in there, throw them up, watch them hit the ground, and make a little explosion. However, in your eyes, everything blew up, right? These little guys used to get you in trouble, especially when you took them to school, ran around the playground, throw them at your friends, throw them up in the air. All that one girl that was bothering you last week, throw it at her too. This was great stuff. I miss these. Great childhood memories.
So what makes a full house again?
Seriously? We're playing Uno.
But so this isn't old maid?
I just can't.
This is Uno. It's a card game every American kid played at least once in their lifetime. It was created back in 1971 by Merle Robbins, a local barber in Reading, Ohio. His family and friends couldn't stop playing this game, so what he did was he went out and made 5,000 copies for $8,000. He began to sell these in his barbershop. Soon after, local businesses began to sell them also. A group of his friends got together and bought the rights for $50,000. Then gave him 10% royalties for every game sold. Not bad for the 70s, right? Well, since then it has changed hands many times, but ultimately it ended up in the hands of Mattel.
The Etch-a-Sketch, a toy that was both hours of fun and frustration. Simple to draw with, but almost impossible to draw a circle unless you're very good. The Etch-a-Sketch was created in the late 1950s by Andre Cassagne. He originally named his toy the Magic Screen. In 1959, Magic Screen in hand, Andre attended the International Toy Fair in Germany. There was little interest and 0 deals made. Finally, Ohio Art decided to give the Magic Screen a shot and they rechristened it the Etch-a-Sketch, and it became the most popular drawing toy in the industry. And then came the Etch-a-Sketch masters, individuals whose control over the simple drawing toy is considered almost fine art. In February 2016, the rights to the Etch-a-Sketch name and design were acquired by Toronto-based Spin Master Corporation, and the toy is considered a classic still played by millions today.
I have always wanted to write my own comic book, but it would just be a main character that didn't talk much and blew stuff up.
So James, what got you interested in comic books?
I started reading comic books in the late 60s, basically. I was 4 or 5 years old, and when I say reading, I was looking at the pictures. As I got older and started to read, I began to take an interest in the superheroes.
Where'd you get the idea for the Bobcat?
The idea for the Bobcat, okay, I wanted to have a comic book character, some form of superhero that I created myself. An inspiration for that was the Black Panther, which of course was created in the 60s, and in the very early 70s I was reading that book. Of course now the Black Panther is a phenomenon after the movie, but at that time, early on, there wasn't a huge crowd, a huge following of that character. And so anyway, I was thinking I liked the cat idea, and what kind of a cat could we do for Oklahoma, for this region, for this area? And of course, the Bobcat, I always thought those were very cool animals. And I said, you know what? Let's use a Bobcat, because I haven't seen a Bobcat in any books, any comic books. I don't think that's a character that exists. And I also wanted to tie that to the Native American aspect of Oklahoma, etc.
So when and where does it take place?
It is set in 1898 Indian Territory, which is Oklahoma pre-statehood. It's the Old West as the modern era is beginning to filter in, and it's kind of a transition period.
So why is the Native American background so important to this comic?
Well, a lot of different reasons. Native American culture, our state, our culture, the time is right for it to be in the forefront of popular culture. So I wanted to have a character that drew attention to the Native Americans by telling stories that actually happened, along with the fictional narrative and things that I created myself. So I'm educating through entertainment.
Now, what does this comic book series mean to you personally?
The book is a culmination of a childhood dream I had. You know, as we discussed earlier, in the early 70s, I decided I was going to create my own comic book character. Of course, I was a kid, I was young, I was lacking in life experience, so I would scribble things out and, you know, kind of write stuff down, but I didn't know how to develop a full story and a Bobcat universe with all the characters and things, the happenings. And when I got older, I would remember and go back to this and think about it, but never really act upon it. So starting about 4 or 5 years ago, I began to really flesh it out and to create something that would be, in my opinion, hopefully very popular and interesting and entertaining for everyone.
As a comic book writer, I assume you attend a lot of comic book conventions?
Absolutely. My wife and I began going to Comic-Cons in 2014. We had always been interested in those. As a kid, we liked the same programs when we were kids, even though we didn't know each other at the time. You know, Star Trek, etc. And my wife noticed that William Shatner was going to be in Tulsa. And what we found out when we got there, we just ate up what was going on, the atmosphere, everything, the culture of the Comic-Con. Reviving our interest in comic books, etc.
I think the Bobcat is an amazing series, and we can't wait for more. And thank you again for talking with us, James.
Hey guys, where's Harry?
Driving his minifig Road Warrior car?
There he is!
What's he doing?
He's living the dream.
Spirograph. Didn't matter if you were a boy or a girl, young or old. These little drawing gears kept us busy for hours. And you'd be surprised to know that the Spirograph has been around since 1827. So your grandparents' could have seen these little wonders in action thanks to the English architect and engineer Peter Hubert Devonier, who developed his Spirograph. This machine was designed to create elaborate spiral drawings to prevent banknote forgeries. But as a drawing toy, drawing gears have been around since 1908 when the Marvelous Wondergraph was advertised in the Sears catalog. The Spirograph itself was developed by the British engineer Dennis Fisher, and he premiered it at the 1965 Nuremberg International Toy Fair. US distribution rights were acquired by Kenner Inc., and they brought it to the United States in 1966. Now, how does the Spirograph work? Well, imagine a circle with a diameter that we'll call C over I, with a radius of R squared, and then you know what? Forget the math. Put the pin in the gear and let's have some fun. In 2013, the Spirograph brand was relaunched worldwide by Cahoots Toys. The product was also returned to the use of the original gears and wheels, showing that a classic toy doesn't have to be reworked to death to still be fun.
Harry, best host, he wishes.
Harry, the only host. I don't think so.
Teach him to run me over.
One last toast on my way to the top.